It's on top of the camera. It's on top of the light.
Why do you put there?
Because it's connected to the
Oh,
camera.
the audio's connected. Whoa, man, that's blown my mind. Welcome, everyone, to the Premier League predictions. As we said, we're going to predict the table, Kieran, and in that will be obviously our relegation, our Champions League, the European spots, yada, yada, yada. We're not sponsored by Lucozade, but Kieran, is that your preferred Lucozade?
I think we actually are unofficially sponsored by Lucozade. So,
I suppose, Kieran, we'll start down in the relegation.
down.
In the bottom three, Kieran, who have you got going down?
I've gone for Luton. Luton Town, terrible place to go.
Oh my God.
Even terribler team. That's what I would say.
Try to see something, Kieran. This is for the Luton faithful.
A loud coin there.
So it's €2 on their account. But that's a Luton. I have an affinity for Luton from being there last year.
That's their transfer key.
That is it.
That's
that's all the money Luton have. No, look, it's a very light squad, isn't it?
Which is why, I'm rattling off Sheffield 19th. They've lost two players in G, and I think they lost someone today.
Sander Berg's
gone to Burnley. I think they're going down, and I've gone for Forest to go down this season. I don't think they have the minerals to stay up again.
So I've gone for Luton to finish 20th. I think it's a very light squad. I love the story of them getting up to the Premier League. It's very much a Cinderella, story getting there. I don't think they, like you said about Forest, I don't think Luton have the minerals. Ogbene coming into the squad, it's good for Irish football, obviously, another Irish international Premier League. And in 19th, I have Forest finishing there. I think it'll be a case of second season syndrome. When I look at their transfers as well, bringing in Ola Aina and Anthony Elanga from United, I don't think they're any great shakes. And I have finished 18th, I have Bournemouth, and again, similar to Forest, I think they've brought in a new manager. Transfer-wise, Traore on a permanent, Kluivert, Favre from Lyon. But these players don't really fill me with a lot of potential.
Did they fill you with joy?
That's one thing they don't fill me with. But I just think it'll be a tough season for Bournemouth.
You said that so spitefully.
Yeah, but I was being deadly serious. Yeah, this is the thing. You don't know.
This is hearsay. None of it's going to happen.
If anyone listen to this, right, we know nothing. In 17th, I have Sheffield United finishing there. Now, I did predict this before Sander Berg was gone, so I do think they'll stay up barely. I think it'll be a tough season, but I do think they will.
17th, I've gone for Everton. I think they're in big trouble this year. They haven't really brought anyone in, and they brought Ashley Young in. For me, it's just not enough. I don't know. This owner obviously hates Everton for whatever reason. He just does not invest. I've gone for Palace 16th, Wolves 15th. I think they'll just linger around those places. I think they brought Matt Doherty back.
That's the only player they brought back.
And Cunha's stayed on. The fella who scores now goals and is somehow worth 50 million. Explain that to me.
Yeah, I have Everton finishing 16th. But I do think Dyche will do enough to keep them. I think he's had a full pre-season. He's brought in Young. He's brought in Dan Juma as well, on loan. Wolves I have in 15th. Massive season for Julian Lopetegui. In 14th, I have Fulham. And that's probably a shock to you, Kieran. I think it's a massive season for Marco Silva. Mitro, as far as we're aware, is on his way out. Paulinho looks to be injured for the start of the season, which isn't good. Looking at who they brought in, Raul Jimenez from Wolves, and then Calvin Bassey, who once upon a time was with Rangers. I think, as I said, from 14th to 17th, any of them could finish anywhere, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I knew a massive Tim Ream supporter at him.
I love Tim Ream, the American dream. Put a picture of him beside Lexi Lalas here. I don't care.
The rest of my bottom half, I'll rattle them off really quickly. 14th, I've gone Brentford. I think the Ivan Toney drop off will be real this season. Bournemouth, I'm predicting to have a good season, so I've gone the opposite. I think the new manager change will work. Bit of a hot take there. Yeah. West Ham, I think they're in Europe this season, so it's going to be hard again. They're going to finish 12th. Still won't be anything special. They've lost Rice. They haven't really brought anyone in. And then I've gone for Burnley to have a good season under Vincent Kompany.
I have Burnley to finish 13th again. Solid season. Kompany, I think. A new manager in the Premier League. But I think Burnley have recruited well. Bears, Darryl O'Shea, Nathan Redmond, who has that Premier League experience. Jakob Brand Larsen, an experienced Denmark international, and then obviously today Sander Berg coming in as well. So I think they've good players there. West Ham, like yourself, I have them in 12th.
Yeah.
I think European football is going to be tough. Europa League. In 11th, I have Crystal Palace. I think they recruit well. I think Lerma's a very good boy. I think Franca, 20 million centre forward from Flamenco, is a massive gamble, but I think he could pay off. You never know.
I don't know nothing about him. Can you tell me a bit more?
I know nothing about him either.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it'll be a massive gamble. Again, we know nothing. Is Roy Hodgson still managing there?
Roy is the manager.
By God, send Palace down, please.
We'll go 10 to 8.
Yeah.
I've gone Brighton for a European drop-off sort of thing. I've gone Fulham 9th, and I've gone for Aston Villa. I think they'll do well, but not as well as most people are predicting. Like some people are predicting them top 4 and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's crazy.
It's a bit mad.
I think it's mad. Well, they've European football as well, don't they?
They're playing Conference League.
So, like,
Um,
I think that's a banana skin. For what's worth, I have Villa 8th. I have Brentford 10th, Brighton 9th. I think Brentford, I just see them as a mid-table side now. You know, they're a really good side at home. It's a fortress, that stadium. I think without Tony, it's gonna be very interesting without Ivan Toney.
they haven't really replaced them either.
They haven't. They've brought in Sade from Freiburg, who was with them from January onwards last season. He didn't get one. He didn't score a goal in 23 appearances, and he's a forward.
He's like Cunha.
Flecken has come in as well from Freiburg, and then obviously Nathan Collins from Wolves, which I think is actually a very shrewd sign as well. But 9th I have Brighton, 8th I have Villa, and I literally wrote beside the two of them European football exclamation mark. I think Brighton have. I'm not gonna say they're recruiting well. I don't know if you can say that. Milner, Mohamed. Is Mohamed Dahoud from Dortmund?
Mohamed Dahoud, I think, is the
Dahoud,
appropriate way
to
pronunciate such sentence.
Verbruggen, the goalkeeper from Anderlecht. And
Bart.
Yeah, great name. Not of The Simpsons. And then Igor, the centre half from Fiorentina.
And Homer as well.
Close Kieran 7th to 5th. Do you want to rattle them off?
Newcastle.
7th. Yeah.
In 7th, I did Champions League first experience. I think would be a big thing. 7 for me. 6th, I've gone for Tottenham Hotspur under Ange Postecoglou.
Ange.
I think he's a fantastic manager.
He's a great manager. He's a great guy.
No European football helps them as well. And I've gone for Liverpool in 5th. That is thin squad, midfield, centre back doubts that I have about Liverpool. I think they're conceding a lot of goals this pre-season, and I just have my doubts about their squad in general.
Yeah.
It's under rebuild. They had the experience of Fabinho, Henderson. They had a settled midfield there, Milner. I think they've lost 7 midfielders.
Oh, it's incredible.
And they've only brought in 2.
Yeah, I suppose we'll chat about Liverpool a bit in a second, because I have Liverpool finishing 4th over the table. Yeah, I agree with you on Spurs to an extent. I don't know what a good season is for Spurs. I have Spurs finishing 7th, Newcastle 6th and Chelsea 5th. Postecoglou brings an array of unbelievable management. He's done really so well at Celtic, and they've no European football. But I would be very worried if Harry Kane is to go. We're sat here, I'm looking at my phone, the 8th of August.
It's impossible
to predict right now, before a ball's been kicked. So a lot of this will come back to bite us, as it did last season.
As it does every
season. Oh my god. So I'd be worried from a Spurs point of view about Harry Kane, because if I'm Harry Kane, I'm gone. I'm out the door. I'm gone to Bayern. I want to win a Champions League. Newcastle, I have them finishing 6th. I think Champions League football is going to hurt them. They've done well bringing in Tonali, Harry Barnes. I think Tino Livramento, who is potentially coming in. I think if he can reach the level he reached with Southampton a couple of seasons ago, Newcastle have a really, really good player in the hands. I don't know if Tonali is that sign, because I've talked about Tonali before. I don't know how good a footballer he really is.
Well, he's playing in a slow league as well, which will mean more time to adapt to the pace of play and such. So,
in 5th, I have Chelsea, which I think will be an extraordinary season for Poch, given where Chelsea were last season and the squad he has at the minute. Lots of comings and goings in the side, no European football. I have transfers written here, and I just have too many to count, because Chelsea have made so many dealings. So I'm going to let you rattle them off if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, we've brought in the likes of Nkunku and Nicholas Jackson, which are probably the marquee signings, and Nicholas Jackson has hit the ground running.
I'm sorry, Nick Jackson.
He's hit the ground running. Nkunku's got injured, so this is again. I've Chelsea finishing 4th, by the way. No European football will help, and I actually really rate Poch. I think this is a good group of players. There's been a lot of money spent on them. I think the additions of Colwell and centre back, along with Badiashile, there's a lot of depth there in those positions. Chalobah, Humphries, Thiago Silva, even Wes Fofana's got injured, but there's a lot there. And Malo Gusto came in as a replacement for Reece James. I think that's a place we have struggled when Reece James got injured. There was no one to come in. Yeah, the only place I would be worried is Caicedo and getting that done, and the midfield depth situation. I think Gallagher's their current starting midfielder, and I don't know if I trust him.
Gallagher and Enzo,
yeah.
I suppose we both have the same team winning the league, which is Man City. So I suppose 4th to 2nd, who have we got there?
I've got Chelsea 4th, Man United 3rd and Arsenal 2nd.
I have Man United 4th, Liverpool 3rd and Arsenal 2nd. I suppose we'll talk about Man United real quick here on. I don't know if they've added genuine quality.
Well, it's hard to tell now, but Ten Hag has a track record of making players better. So that's what I'm going. I think Hudgend, or however you pronounce his name, Hudgend.
Oh, Hoyland.
I call him Hudgend.
But that's not how you say his name.
Well, it is because it's Hojund.
Yeah, but the J is silent. Hoyland. You've just offended the Danish listenership.
Sorry.
Ooh, sorry. Yeah, Ericsson's jersey.
It's a gamble, definitely,
It's a
because
massive gamble.
you don't know if he's going to actually get the
You don't know
goals
if
that they
they're playing,
need.
yeah.
But I think it's a player they've needed for a while, like a target man, a talisman, a number 9. They've needed someone like that for fucking years.
Onana, do you think he's much better than the guy?
I wouldn't rate him. I think
I don't know.
he's flawed as a goalkeeper, but
Nobody's perfect.
no, nobody is perfect. Adam, that's the thing. But this is the way the game's going. It's sort of keeper comes out, passes the ball around, gets back and goal. It's not really about saving anymore. It's more like
It's
Brazil from the 70s or something.
Yeah.
But what do you think of Onana?
I think he's a good goalkeeper. The things he should do, I think he does well, if that makes sense. So he does his job well to an extent. It's like being in a bar and pulling nice points, you know what I mean? So there's been videos of him going around like giving out to Harry Maguire and like shit like that. I think it's narcissistic nonsense, I think, to be honest, to an extent. Mason Mount is the final player here on that United have brought in. And again, I don't know if he's that much of an upgrade on what they have.
He's good for depth.
He is, but it's probably going to sound, I don't know if controversial is the word, but if a fit Mason Mount can't get into a Chelsea team that finished 12th, how is that same Mason Mount getting into a United team that are playing Champions League?
Yeah. I mean,
know?
everyone had a bad year last year, though, which is what I would argue. I think he's a good player.
But I think he definitely has potential. I just don't know if he again, it's an unknown to an extent because you don't know how good he can be.
Yeah.
In third, Kieran, as I said, Liverpool, I think Liverpool's attacking options, defensive options are better than Manchester United's attacking options, defensive options and goalkeeping options. So that's how I base it. Squad to squad, I think Liverpool have a better squad. Slightly, like very slightly.
I think this is the first year they don't have a better squad.
Who in Manchester United's team walks into Liverpool's team?
But that's not what it's about. My argument is like this is the first year that United, pound for pound, have a better squad than Liverpool.
No, absolutely not.
They do.
100% not.
In the defensive areas, in the midfield areas, and going forward, I think pound for pound, better squad.
I think you're wrong because Liverpool have a better squad. In defensively, I think Liverpool have better players. The attacking five that Liverpool have.
Look at their bench.
But hold on. The attacking five that Liverpool have with Jota, Salah, Diaz, Nunes, Gakpo, all of them walk into United's team. I think Rashford is the only forward, for example, that gets into Liverpool's team. Varane, yes.
And Bruno,
Casemiro definitely get into Liverpool's team. But Bruno, you seen Bruno last season when they were losing 7-0 to Liverpool, throwing his weight around, wasn't happy at all. Like I just think Liverpool's squad in general, and there is still a lot of time in the window left as well. I think it's better. But what I will say is regarding the midfield, I think whoever in the club thought it was a good idea to get rid of Henderson, Milner, Fabinho, even Keita, Chamberlain, nut job. No, who thinks that's a good idea?
Yeah, well, I'd agree with that.
God, man,
I think getting rid of 7 midfielders. I know their midfield's bad and all, and it's been bad, but I think getting rid of that extent of midfielders and bringing in 2 good midfielders, yet to be proven to be world class midfielders. So I think you're
a World Cup winner is yet to prove he's world class.
Yeah, well, McAllister.
Oh no!
Well, there's a lot of good players in that team.
Kieran, come on.
But like McAllister, he's only
no, you're having me on. I don't believe it.
He's only at the start of his career.
He's a world class player, man.
He's yet to be proved. He hasn't won anything yet.
He's won the World Cup, Kieran.
He hasn't won anything.
He's won the fucking World Cup.
He's won the World Cup in a team with Messi in it.
Oh, stop it!
That doesn't mean anything.
What about Enzo Fernandez?
Enzo, that's the same thing for Enzo.
No, you're a liar. You're a liar.
No, what?
You are a liar. You are a self-confessed liar.
You said before Enzo's
I'm just not delusional, Adam.
No, Kieran, you definitely are. You said before Enzo Fernandez is a world class player.
Yeah, but you're retracting from the point in general.
No,
you've brought in two midfielders that are yet to be proven.
I disagree with you on both counts.
And you have not brought in enough to replace those 7.
No, that's correct.
That's my point in general.
That's correct. But the point you're making about McAllister and Szoboszlai not being 2 world class players is baloney.
Well, Szoboszlai especially.
So you're taking back McAllister.
Well, McAllister is yet to be proven.
Baloney. That's a terrible.
He's slightly more proven, but he's yet to be proven.
That's shocking, man. Come on, you know that's shocking.
I know, Adam. He's been in very good teams. If he's left to run a midfield alone, I'd have my doubts. That's all I'm saying.
Alexis McAllister is not a world class player. You've heard that now. You said that not not me. A World Cup winner is not world class. Come on.
Well, how many people have won big trophies and not been world class players? Like Adair won the Euros for Portugal. Is he world class?
No,
like
but McAllister is though.
That's essentially the argument you're making.
It's not though. McAllister is a world class player. He is.
What has he done other than win the World Cup?
I think winning a World Cup's enough.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. To kind of put this point in a nutshell, I trust Jurgen Klopp in my life.
Right.
So I trust Jurgen Klopp here.
Yeah. Well, you got your places last season into Europa League.
Come here, it's further than you, isn't it? you don't.
Well, I don't trust anyone in my life. That's the difference.
Arsenal second, Kieran. I think the squad's very good. Havertz, Timber, Rice are quality signings. I think if they can keep Gabriel Jesus fit, they'll be laughing. I think Florian Balogun, I think if they keep hold of him, I don't know if they're getting rid of him. I think he's a very good player.
I'd be sceptical of such signs for Arsenal, but I don't really trust Havertz in general.
You don't trust a lot of people.
I think he goes. I know, Adam. This is my problem. I think he goes to a lot of games, Havertz, and if he does that for Arsenal, I mean they've gone ahead and spent £65 million on him.
How much does Chelsea pay for him?
Well, I think Chelsea paid 100 million for him. But we don't rate him, that's the difference. It's Saka for me who runs the show for Arsenal. He's a fantastic player.
I'd love to see more Smith Rowe this season. He didn't really get a look at last season. I'm a big fan of Emile Smith Rowe. I'm finishing top of the table. Manchester City, Kieran. What more can be said? The treble winners last season. Walker staying for now. Mateo Kovacic and Gvardiol coming in, Kieran. They just get stronger.
Sick and tired of saying
it's a cracking squad. It's a great team. They're a wonderful team.
They're a fantastic team. But Adam, you rattle off European shit real quick and player of the year maybe top scorer.
Maybe leave that for next week because season starts next week in Europe, doesn't it?
Well, if you were to pick a top scorer then
in the Premier League, Mo Salah.
I've actually gone for Salah as well.
Yeah.
I think Haaland will have a slower year this year. Sign the year. I think Rice, if he comes off, would be very good.
I think Declan Rice too.
Deco Rice, yeah.
Any other kind of those things we should do? Dark horse of the season, maybe?
Dark horse of the season, I've gone for, I think Bournemouth will have a good start. And Burnley as well.
I think Brentford are going to start slow and then go on like a winning run.
Shock result of the season.
Shock result of the season?
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
Who's going to get slapped 7-0 like last year?
Jeez, wouldn't be great if it was Sunday and Liverpool slapped Chelsea 7-0. Spurs are going to lose 6-1 at Manchester City.
Wow. I think I could see City getting slapped around once this season by Arsenal or something.
Do you remember the COVID season? They got slapped around by Leicester. It was like 5-1, 5-2 I think. Maybe 6-3 I think it was.
That's our Premier League predictions for this year. Another successful year, Adam, would we say? Another fun year of talking shite.
Painful year is what I'm going to describe it as.
Pain for the year. Yeah. Pain for the year, pain for the ear.
And if you've listened to all of this, even the Rizzler, the McAllister chat, if you've gone through this far, thank you. And I'm saying this to the YouTube audience because we do have our Spotify audience.
Thank you and apologies.
Yeah, apologies. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. And do follow us obviously on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. That's all. Isn't it?
And if it's anyone's birthday salutations today.
Why today?
Well, it might be someone's birthday.
The likelihood of this is so high. Obviously, it's someone's birthday.
If it's anyone's birthday salutations.
Jesus,
we'll leave it there. So
we will leave it there. Jesus Christ.